Hello everyone, my name is Jasmine Burden and I'm going to do a persuasive speech on why the LGBT community and a single parent should adopt. So, I did research on the LGBT community first, and I've came across the fact that there are 2 million LGBT people interested in adoption, and as gay and lesbian parents are raising 4% of all adopted children in the U.S. So I picked the LGBT community first because I actually have a cousin who is a lesbian and she's married to her wife and they have been married for a while now, and they didn't adopt but they used a surrogate, and they have a beautiful baby girl named Journey. And the whole process of adopting and having a child is people who discriminate because they feel as though, oh, because you're in love with the same sex, you cannot raise a child. And it's known that some of the LGBT community, their how they raise their child is the same way as those who are heterosexual raise their children. And you discriminate, or as people, most people discriminate because growing up, our mindset is, oh, you have a mother and you have a father, so your household is good. You have a good household. You're raised by wonderful parents. But that's not true because no one knows what happens behind closed doors. And I know that my little cousin is very, very well taken care of. And discrimination upon something that you really don't know about should not be talked about. Now, I myself am not part of the LGBT community, but I support it. I feel like everyone should experience being able to take care of a child, and I don't have children myself neither, but I know that people of the LGBT community want children. They want to have a child. They want to care for a child, as those who are heterosexual do. Also, I came across that most of the laws in parenting, they protect children. They're supposed to give children the needs to feel like they're safe. And when it comes to the LGBT community, they stray away from it. They make them wait to adopt, and they make them feel as though they can't adopt because they think that being though the parent is not male and female and it's just male and male or female and female, that they can't adopt. So also I've learned that of the 594,000 same-sex couple households in the United States, 115,000 have children. But I'm sure many people didn't know that. Also, it says that as far as the same-sex adoption, they are always private. They aren't open adoptions, which is also sad. And I feel as though people should really support it. It will make a difference if you support LGBT. Whether you aren't yourself part of that community, it just goes to show how much support, how far support can go for a person. Also, now same-sex adoption is becoming more widely accepted. So, just from experience and being around my family, I know that they have had hard times being that they have gotten married, and literally my mother and my cousin's mother did not attend the wedding, and I was too young, so I really didn't have a say in it. But if I could have, I would have attended the wedding. And I feel like people just go off of what they think they should know, and it's really not what you don't know. You learn something new every day, and you will only know but so much if you asked around or you feel like you can open up to somebody. So I feel like knowing my cousin is a wonderful person, her and her wife, and their child, my cousin, is the best thing that happened to them. So, secondly, I was going to talk about single parent adoption and just single parenting in general. So, My mother has been a single parent for a while now. I am 20 years old, my brother is 23, and my little sister is 12. And my mother never needed for anything. Anything that we wanted, even if it was at the last minute, we received it. And we were all hard children to raise. And coincidentally, me, my brother, and I, and my sister, we were all born in September. September 9th, September 7th, September 4th. So imagine dealing with 3 birthdays in the same month around the same time in the same weeks. So I did my research, and it says that 27% of adoptive parents are single men, and the women are single men and women. And 22.7% are women and 5.5% are men. And it is known to say that single parents have high levels of maturity and high capacity for frustration. And even though they're independent, they are linked to a network of family members who are provided to help, which is very true because as a single parent, I've seen my mother stress, I've seen her struggle, but she has never struggled to the point where she needed to ask for help. And if she did, I guarantee you, she only took it because she felt like she didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings by not taking it. But we've gotten through some tough times. And me and my brother and my sister, we are great. We are great. So I feel like as far as adoption goes and parenting goes for a single parent, what one parent can do, another parent can do. What 2 parents can do, 1 parent can do. My mother is my father and my mother. I grew up with the father, but I am not that friendly towards him, so to say. So I don't need a father, and I didn't need one then. And I don't want to sound like so, towards those who have both parents or just a father or whatever the case may be. But I know that my mother has came up from a lot. And to raise 3 children on your own with little help is hard to do. But we are very well cared for, and we have food on this table almost every night, a roof over our heads, and clothes on our backs. And that's all that matters. And that's really what parenting is all about, making sure that your child has everything that they need. So basically, I'm persuading those who think that the LGBT community cannot raise a child or a single parent cannot raise a child on their own. It's so much more to life than thinking what you think you know. You should definitely not think you know something. You should know it. It's so much research on the LGBT community and how there has been research done, and the LGBT community, the outcome of the child living there is the same outcome as the child living in the house with a mother and a father. The same. And as well as single parenting, it's the same outcome as those who live with their mother and their father. So let's not think that just because it's this type of way or that type of way, it's no other way that it can be done, because it can be. And I don't want to be a single parent when I get older and have my child or children, but I would not care for my child because I am a single parent, so to say. So I hope that you listen to everything that I said, all my advice, all of my research and facts, and take it and run with it because it's the life that we live in, and life is too short to dwell on things that you don't necessarily agree with. So, thank you.